Okay, welcome back to Irondice mode. Woo!
Yay!
The great show. The beautiful continual television program.
Yeah.
William. Will. Buddy. Friend.
That's me, or my character, rather.
Yes. You have been called in to your dad's office. You know, every DM has a
His
trope.
office?
Yes, his office.
Would he have an office?
Yes, you have an office because he is the Master of Deer and he does most of the paperwork for being the Master of Deer, whereas you do most of the walking around. So your dad has an office,
Okay, sure.
you do not.
Does he have an office? Is it in the Lord's place?
Yeah,
Or
it's in the keep. It's definitely in the Baron's keep of Lord Bridges, which is, you know, a few miles out of town in a little separate community that formed around the keep itself. This place has, you know, its own tanner, where you have like a different tanner for commoners down by the town. So, you're called in here, and not much needs to be played out here because it's very quickly explained to you that something is going wrong down by the edge of the forest, where you have all of your knowledge anyway. There have been some local, in the outlying villages around Ryad, there have been some trouble with theft. There are specifically bows and traps of farmers that they use to protect from foxes and such are being stolen. Fences are being destroyed, and there's also this one watchtower that isn't used right now, but during like some hunting seasons that watchtower would get used by people, and that one has been chopped down with an axe until it fell. So someone or something is destroying stuff around the forest in that area. And that is the information that you're given, and I put you free.
yeah, okay. So have I been assigned to like look into this, or
Yeah.
what I just
Absolutely.
was I just
It is your job to fix this. Make
Yeah,
this
okay.
stop happening.
Okay, so essentially thefts and wait, what did you say about the watchtower? Had it been destroyed or
Yeah,
was
the
it...
watchtower has been... An
Remember?
axe has been taken to one of its legs until it was chopped through and the whole watchtower just collapsed.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And none of this is happening in Riot, it's all in these outlying villages.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean so it's in several villages, right? It's not like in any one specific one.
Absolutely. There are several villages that have had things happen there, but they seem to be like a center point and then like lesser effect as it spreads out. There is a little village. No one names villages except the people who live there, but you'll get some road instructions about which one it is. They'll go like, you know the one with the really big potato seller? Yeah, the one with the really big potato seller. Oh, it's that one.
Okay, so I guess I would probably start by heading to the one that was like last reported.
Okay.
So I've had to try to just like see if there's anything I can gauge from the situation.
Yeah. You come down. What are you bringing? Are you bringing just the stuff on your back, or are you going to try to talk to someone for requisition first, or?
I'm bringing my character sheet.
Yeah.
Probably.
Excellent.
Which is probably like I would say this is like my standard being out in the forest on duty stuff.
Excellent. It takes you maybe an hour or so to walk down here. You come down, and it's this little village. You have, people walking around. They're carrying their harvest. It is fall right now, so harvest is being brought back in. You know, we're getting ready for winter. We're stocking up. People are doing it. It's a lot of work right now. Any hands that are free are out on the fields working. This is busy season for farmers. There's people everywhere.
All right, so I guess I would, as I enter, I guess I would pretty much just walk up to like the first few people I see and try to ask about like that I heard there's been thefts of hunting equipment and or rather, yeah, hunting equipment slash anti-fox equipment, I guess, anti-wildlife stuff.
You walk up to this old lady who's clearly so old that she's not really able to help out with the farm work anymore, and she looks at me and goes, "Why, yes, it's terrible. I heard it from my husband Michael, you know. Michael, he was telling me that the fox traps we set up were being triggered and destroyed, and there weren't any foxes there. Maybe those are some sly foxes, you know, who knew how to trigger them and then go. But no hens were killed either. It's very confusing."
Was there any equipment stolen from, things that weren't laid out already? I heard there's been other like bows and such things also.
Yes,
stolen.
Well, it wasn't stolen, but I heard again from Michael that our stock supply of arrows had all been snapped, all of them. Yes, broken in half, but not stolen.
And where do you keep this equipment?
Oh, it's kept over in the foresting hut. I can bring you. She takes up her staff and starts slowly hobbling over. It's this way. So when did this happen? Has it happened multiple times or just a one-time occurrence? Most recently was about 3 days ago, I think.
All right, and it has happened multiple times then?
Yes. It started maybe. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, my mind is blanking a little bit, but I believe it's been going on most of the summer, getting worse and worse. For sure. Over there, look, over there. See that little shed that goes halfway on the ground? In there we keep village supply that we all use. I can see by your dress, you represent the Lord, do you not?
I do. I'm the son of the Master of the Air. I usually patrol the border around the forests.
Well, that's excellent. The sheriff of these villages together, Jonas. He's I don't know if he's in village right now, but he's somewhere around here. He might be able to assist you as well. He's been working on this.
I see. And if he's not here, where would he usually be?
One of the other villages. Or maybe drinking somewhere. You never know with those sheriffs. They're on retainer, you know. Get paid no matter what happens.
Well, I guess I'll try to find him later. I'm gonna look around a little bit for now.
Yeah, do. Thank you for looking into this. We're appreciative that the Lord's eyes are on such humble folks' issues as us. Oh, thank you. She starts hobbling away.
Of course. Okay, so yeah, I basically start looking around, like on the door to the shed, for example. Like, is there, what kind of lock is there? What kind of locking mechanism is there?
So their locking mechanism is a rope and a twig that you twist really hard.
Okay, so basically, there's no like key or anything. It's anyone could enter. So so there's no there's not been a break-in. Someone just came in.
Someone just came in and opened the door. It looks like.
Okay, yeah. There's nothing there, I guess. So if I look in the shed now, like, is there still equipment there now, or is everything broken in there?
There are half arrows over the entire floor in here. Clearly, no one is taking the time to clean up after it because it's busy farming season. All hands on deck to get the produce in from the fields.
Yeah. What kind of arrows are they? Are they just like normal wooden arrows, or like what?
Yeah, flight arrows. Mainly for short bows, most likely for hunting.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't look like they're made for war, Like these are hunting arrows, or maybe emergency defend yourself arrows.
Yeah. So I would like to just in the surrounding area, just look around on the ground, just see to see basically my mind is always gonna go immediately is this elf bullshit that's been happening. So for basically, are there tracks that lead directly to the shed from the forest or something, or can I look around and see tracks basically?
Yeah.
What kind of tracks?
Let's introduce our tracking modifier. So it's been a few days.
Yeah.
So you're looking for something that happened 3 days ago. So that would be a -3. Then you have a base of -6. But it is definitely muddy ground around here because it's often walked upon, like tons of walked up. There's no like grasses here, so that's a +4. So well, -5 in total. You can make a wisdom check.
Okay.
So take your wisdom and then take -5 to it, so that makes it a 5, and then roll lower than that.
Yeah, I rolled 20, right?
Yeah, roll a d20.
What is it? My wisdom -5?
Yeah, so your wisdom is 10, right?
No, it's 11 or it's 9.
It's 9. Okay, so
Yeah.
take 9
4.
-5, so it's 4, and then you got to roll 4 or lower.
Okay, that's pretty low.
That's a difficult check, but
Yeah. Roll.
that's not gonna be a success.
10.
So what you can tell, though, with just your basic tracking proficiency, is that it seems to be an opportune place to come and go because there's so many footsteps here. Because people do come and go here quite a bit. Now, less so now during the harvest season, but people still keep, like, you know, spare hatches in here, spare little mini scythes, spare big scythes for the matter. Like, people come here for tools and supplies all the time, and so there's just a lot of footprints that go in all kinds of directions.
Alright.
Your camera's a little bit blurry, by the way. I don't know if you can actually do anything about that. Maybe that's just an internet thing. You can try putting your hand to it and taking the hand back again. Like covering it up. If it's a focus issue.
Let's see.
Oh, I'm in David's position now. Oh, I'm back in my own position.
Yeah.
I did nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I can do anything,
Yeah,
but
you can try doing this. Hold your hand all the way forward like this, blocking it entirely, and then take it back. That, if anything, made it worse.
that is so much worse. Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. Well, that tells it is
You fool!
It is an autofocus issue. That is annoying. I don't know.
Shift to this camera, shift back to...
Hey, that worked.
Okay.
Great. The multi-camera setup did its job.
Yes.
The professional gear. Poggers. Anyway, lots of gears picked up here. Tracks go in all kinds of ways.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, based on this, I don't know, like, what's the terrain more like into the forest? Is it still like muddy, or is it?
So for a long bit, it's a bunch of like these short, tufty grasses, right? That grow in like little bunches, and then you have mud in between them, right? And there's like a field of that goes, and then this shed is pretty close to the actual forest border. So on one side of it, you have some chicken coops, on one side of it, you have some pig pens, and then like away from the forest, on the other side is where all the farmland is, right? So you got, if we go to a free drawing map here, you got something like your, you got like the little pen here, right? And then you got maybe, let's see if I can remove the fill. You got like a chicken coop in this kind of an area. You got like a pig pen over here. You got like some houses, a bunch of small ones. And then you got like big old farmland.
The black one is the shed, right?
Yeah. And then you got like forests over here.
Yeah.
And here you have some like uncontrolled tufty grass and wildflowers and stuff and long grasses.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So essentially
This looks like a face.
Yeah, kind of. So essentially, though, it's kind of hard to tell. Like there's not a lot to go on.
Yeah.
Not
a lot to go on right here.
So, what's like the size of this village? Like how many people live here?
Maybe 100, maybe 70.
All right.
And this was the most recent case. It's not the most affected village, so to say.
Yeah. But all the villagers were like relatively close to each other, right?
Yeah. They're
happening.
on like a line along this forest edge.
Yeah.
So we're working with this kind of an area here.
It's still loading for me. Oh. Yeah. There. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is quite of an expansive thing. Like right now, you're maybe like here. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess there's not a ton I can glean from this village right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I would probably spend maybe like the entire day if necessary, just going around just taking a look at like the villages and seeing
so give me generally as what kinds of things you're looking for.
I mean, I guess it's like similar to this, right? Like just the crime scene, and like if there are any signs of like break-in, maybe like I can try to see like what kind of tools were used, or like if those kind of things, and also always like looking for the sheriff while I'm at it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess if there are any taverns in any place, I would just
taverns
drop
would
in
be
there.
back in Ryad. You'd have to rely on the hospitality of the people while you're in the outline.
Yeah, no, I meant just like to, because she said he might be drinking. So if there's any place that served drink, I would just check in there to see if he's there.
Exactly.
For example.
You eventually will run into the sheriff. There's no issue there. We will make sure that you can run into him. But before that, you're inspecting some damages. So you see this fence, right? That has been completely torn down. And as a falchion...
In a different village, right?
What?
In a different village.
Yeah, in a different village. This is like a chicken coop has been torn open. An older chicken just escaped. And this was like a few weeks ago. And they've painstakingly gathered back as many chickens as they could. And they don't understand why someone would do this and not take any chickens. Because the chickens are pretty much accounted for. But what you're looking at when you're seeing the damage, as a falchion wielder yourself, you recognize the telltale signs of like strong chopping swords. Maybe a machete, maybe a falchion just like yours, maybe a cutlass of some sort. Some kind of strong, hard chopping thing. Maybe an axe, but in that case a thinner, smaller axe, of course.
Okay, and the fence is like a wooden fence?
Yeah, it's like a wooden fence with some like a you know those fences we have here which go like this and this and this, and then you have like a bunch of these things.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hästgård in Swedish. I don't know what you would call that in English.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking that because if it's for chickens, it needs to be pretty tight. But yeah.
It's a bunch of sideways logs like that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So those kind of weapons, like how like common are they around these parts?
Definitely not that common. Like, you're very familiar with them because they're a part of your job, but they indicate someone familiar with the woods and familiar with walking around in a way that you would do. It's someone similar to you in some ways.
Yeah.
Which you don't really know anyone offhand who is. Except your dad. But he's too old now. And also not a suspect, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or is he?
It'd be pretty weird if he was.
It would be pretty weird if he was.
Yeah. Alright. I guess with that in mind, like that like increases the elf suspicion, right? Because actually, what kind of weapons have I seen elves wield? Or have like it said, let's say like elves that do pop up, like what kind of weapons do they usually have?
When the few male elves who come to town, who, you know, are allowed to come in because, God forbid, anyone be brave enough to challenge an elf on walking in. Elves are powerful creatures, but, you know, everyone is warned ahead of time when they come in. And when they come in, you've seen them wielding all kinds of weaponry. Elves are very diverse, it seems a lot of them prefer beautiful fighting styles. At least the full elves, right? They will wield a rapier or a.
I'm also thinking like the ones
weapon.
that the elves that show up to be as dickheads. Like what kind of tools do they usually bring with them?
Yeah, so the elves that show up to be dickheads is like, it's sort of one and the same, right? So a lot of times then, the elves who show up in more of a confrontational method, that would be like small armed forces. You might have a female captain of a small section, and they come in to oppose some movement. Like if there's a deforestation attempt, right? The elves might send a small battalion to just show up and be posture and be like, hey, you're not supposed to do that. Please don't. And then just kind of stand around because they're not very, proactive in their way of engaging. And those ones would have military weapons, so they would have polearms mostly. Some of them might have bastard swords or other kinds of swords. Some might have magical swords. The female captains will often once again rely on those more noble kinds of weaponry, like rapiers or. Honestly, some of them will have man cashers.
Okay, so in general, not necessarily the type of weapons that were probably used for this.
Not really. It definitely is a little bit unelegant for the elves. It's a little bit brutish for them. And also, it's very like. So the main thing to know about elves is that elves live a long time, and they don't really do things, right? Like an elf will encounter a problem and be like, okay, what is my 20-year plan to deal with this problem? That is what elves are like. That is why, even though there's a confrontational relationship here, it's very much calm, because the elves probably could invade and destroy Riot if they wanted to, but they don't, because they're elves. And they don't really roll like that. And so, what this person, whoever you're hunting, is doing, or these people, if there's many, this like constant like guerrilla warfare, attacking, destroying, that strikes you as something that is somewhat unelven to do. But the motives strike you as, potentially elven. Who knows?
Maybe it's a half elf and their elf that's kicked in.
Maybe.
Anywho. So I see that, but I assume I don't really learn. Do I learn like anything else of note during my whole
let's see
checking around area?
Do you try to go out to that watchtower that fell down? That's a little bit of a detour.
I mean, that's a crime scene. So
they basically the way off here is, if you do go to the watchtower, you're probably not making it back to Riot for the nightfall. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Would I stumble upon the sheriff before then or after?
Probably on the way back, given how I've characterized the sheriff.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I have sleepwear with me in case I need it. So.
Yeah. Great.
So I would probably just, as I said, I spent like the whole day just trying to research.
Fantastic. You head out to the forest. It is surprisingly calm. So in our modern world, when we walk in the forest, we expect to see pretty much nothing, right? But in this time and age, and especially heading into the elven forest, the more spectacular is more the norm, right? Seeing actual animals walking around is more common. They're more densely populated, these woods. And you're not really seeing much of anything. You're walking through the woods, you're heading down to this tower. It seems mostly abandoned, kind of like walking in our modern society forests of sorts. You see some birds, that's about it. As you get over to this watchtower, it is on the ground, it is fallen over, and it is splintered. You see a bunch of just cut marks, like someone stood here and just chopped at this thing for hours and hours and hours, and just furiously just chopped at it with whatever this chopping weapon is, axe, machete, whatever.
So it looks, the cuts look pretty similar then, like the type of. It looks like it's the same weapon, probably.
It looks like it's the same weapon. It also strikes you as amateurish. Like someone is not like hitting the same spot over and over again, but there are like cut marks all up and down this leg that eventually got chopped through.
Okay. Yeah. And the watchtower. How long ago was that?
The watchtower was also just maybe a half a month ago, maybe towards a month ago, something like that.
Okay, that long ago. Yeah. In that case, it's probably not any point in trying to check for tracks or anything.
Probably
That's
not.
so long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can try to find stuff left behind, but that's still a long shot.
Yeah. So in this area, like, I assume there are villages that haven't been affected, right?
Yeah, for sure. Especially ones that are a little bit further away from the forest, who are more north, you know.
Okay, so the forest, the proximity to the forest is the common denominator.
A strong indicator, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It
so
also
I guess
seems that it's more towards Riad and less further away from Riad. When you head further east, there's less damage and less incidents.
Yeah. So it's I guess the easiest suspicion right now would be that this might be some individual elf just acting alone, either because of, like, out of spite or just because they felt like it or something. It's probably not like the elven military.
Potentially.
But yeah.
Solid theory.
I guess the fact that it's been happening without anyone noticing probably means it's if not a single individual, then it's a smaller group, or at least probably only one person each time. Might be different people at different spots, but yeah.
Eventually,
yeah.
You make your way back towards the villages from the watchtower out in the woods, and on the way back through one of the villages, you encounter Sheriff Jonas, who is sitting on a bench with a rather oversized wineskin in hand and has the hiccups.
All right. Or is it Sheriff Jonas?
Sheriff Jonas.
And I can immediately tell that it's a sheriff.
He's wearing a sheriff's hat. Let's say that's a
thing. Yeah. I'll just walk up to him, like, Sheriff Jonas, I presume.
Guilty as charged. Absolutely.
Can I assume you're off duty, or?
Job is a permanent position. I am always on duty and I'm always off duty.
I see. Well, in that case, I'm William, son of the Master of the Year. I'm currently investigating what do you even call the vandalisms that has been happening around here recently.
Yeah.
I heard you've been
delinquency, indeed.
Yeah, I heard you've been doing some investigating too. So, anything you found out?
I've been asking around the old folks. You know, they always got stories and things they tell. One of them said it was a fire.
A fire?
A fire that ran out of the forest and broke some stuff and ran back into the forest again.
I like raise an eyebrow, like.
Yeah. A fire with feet, man.
Are they talking about a person who was on fire, or do they mean a literal just fire?
They talked about waves of bright orange running through the fields. I don't know, sounds like a fire to me.
Yeah, I suppose it does.
Oh, also. Old man Georg. Out in the village to the by the coast. He got shot.
Shot?
Yeah, in the leg. Yeah, for sure. He's got a band-aid and everything.
By the vandals?
Yeah, he saw something and he ran out. He was like, "Hey, who's there?" You know, like the old folks do. and this short person ran away and shot behind them, and it hit Old Man Georg.
So then now it says short person. When I saw like the watchtower, the cuts, how like high up on the pillar were they?
Yeah, definitely human height, but like definitely shorter than you. How tall are you?
175.
Yeah, shorter than you for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So it's probably not like a
Yeah, it's not halfling
or...
size. No. There's also just not a lot of halflings this far south. You start getting some halflings and dwarves again if you go all the way to Pali, but down here in like the south of this region, there's mostly just people.
Yeah. Are you saying halflings and dwarves aren't people?
They're not human people.
That's pretty racist of you.
Yeah. Guilty as charged.
Anywho, yeah, I guess I share with the sheriff as I share with him what I found too. I just and what my suspicions are. I was asking him if anyone has reported seeing more than one person.
No, everyone's always said one. Yes, one. But you know, it could be like a band of brothers kind of situation, you know? A bunch of short guys in the woods who hate chickens.
But the chickens were not taken.
Yeah, but maybe they were like trying to make the chickens get eaten by foxes because it hurts more, you know? If they hate chickens, that's a bad way to go for chicken.
I suppose.
Yeah, man. Oh, my head hurts so much. Oh, I had some... You know, I should arrest the guy who makes the wine in this town. It is way too strong. Or maybe I should promote him. I'm not sure.
You deal with that. If you have anything else to share tomorrow when you're a bit more sober, I'd like to hear it as well. I'll keep looking around.
Can I find you anywhere? Who are you? Why are you asking me about this?
Well, as I said, I'm William. I'm the son of the Master of the Year.
Right.
The Lord sent me out to investigate this as someone who knows the forest pretty well.
Yeah, tell your Lord that...
My Lord? You mean our Lord?
Yeah, but you're like closer to him, you know? Like, I see him once a year, most. He comes around here, he goes like, hey you, get all the murderers? I'm like, yeah, and I got the murderers. He's like, okay, you got the people running away from work? It's like, yeah, I got the people running away from work. He's like, okay, cool. And then he goes again. That's my job. You know, as a sheriff, most of what I do is take farmers back to farms. That's most of what I do.
Well, you keep doing that.
Yeah.
As I said, if we stumble upon each other, if you find anything else, you can either, if we see each other, share with me, or you can report it to my father.
Yeah. Lord. Yeah. Father. Yes, I will report to him. Yes.
He's not the Lord. He's the Master of the Air.
He's the father of the Lord.
My father.
You the Lord? I'm confused.
No, it's not. He's not related to the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk some other time. Thank you for your insight.
See you around. Yeah.
Yeah. See you around. And
don't we love useful NPCs?
Yeah. I mean, he was a bit useful. I think so. Along the out of the villagers that like border the forest, is there anyone that hasn't been like raided yet?
Yes, there is.
Is there one or are there several?
Well, there's several further east, right? The further you get east, the less has happened. But there's one specific village that has not been raided in, like, the hot zone.
In that case, I think I would want to probably, like, spend the night there.
Okay.
Try to like, camp out in the woods in a bit of a, like, hidden spot. nearby, close to where they're more like where there are stuff where they would probably vandalize if they were to strike.
Yeah, sure. So storage sheds, fences, trapped areas,
Yeah. So basically,
defensive structures, stuff like that.
Yeah. So basically, I try to. I mean, if I sleep, I'll probably miss it. But try to at least rest around there. Like maybe sleep. If I fall asleep, I fall asleep, I guess. But and try to rest lightly, I guess. So if there's sound nearby, I might wake up. You know. But try to sleep in a hidden place, as hidden as possible.
You come to this one village that is not affected so far. And it strikes you that this place has a lot of potential targets. This is a village that is more specialized in hunting than the others are. It seems that this place brings in quite a bit of game. There's quite a few independent hunters who have individual little cabins around here. Not as many farmers. The land around here is not quite as good for it. This little town is called Mudstop by the locals.
Mudstop.
Yeah, Mudstop. Because it's muddy, it's not very good for growing stuff, and you can stop here between hunting sessions. Great name. Fantastic name, if I say so myself. Yeah. There are a lot of people here who have their stuff just in their own cabins. Like, there's not as much communal activity going on here. People have their own stuff. Every hunter has his own gear, her own gear, anything like that, right?
Okay, but is there any non-personal targets? What kind of potential targets are there that aren't
so there
a place
is
where someone is sleeping?
There is a village hall here. It's not quite a tavern. It's more so like a food court. You bring your own food, your own drink, but you can drink and eat together here. Like a community hall, sort of, right? And around this place ends up having quite a lot of stuff outside. Like, this is a very high trust area, so people end up putting their bow outside, or they might, to not, carry weapons inside of this establishment and such. And, there's always, someone who's tasked with walking around with the lantern at night, or the torch, and looking over everyone's stuff, but that's sort of where you would have a collection of things at that time.
Okay. So is there actually someone on night duty? They have someone on night duty?
It's sort of like having a dedicated driver, You have a dedicated, okay, it's your turn to watch the stuff tonight.
Yeah.
While we hang out and drink and chatter.
Well, in that case, I guess there would be less of a reason to, if there's already someone watching over that stuff, to keep eyes on that specifically, unless of course I were to suspect that person, the watch, is the one doing it, but other villages don't have this kind of watch, right?
No, definitely not.
No.
It's the sheriff who is there sometimes, they share a watch. And he might not be the greatest at it either.
Yeah, so that would be a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. The sheriff back in Riot is way better at that stuff. That guy who deputizes you sometimes.
So what about other targets then? For example, you said there's been chicken coops and stuff have also been targeted. Yeah. Are there any chicken coops or stuff like that?
This place does not really have chicken coops. This place, as I said, is less of a farming place. It's more of a collection of hunter huts.
Yeah.
And more of a hunter-gatherer type of society is going on here. They clearly trade a lot with the other outlying villages and also with Ryad. You might recognize some people here who you've seen bringing pigs into the tavern to sell the meat to the Ryad tavern and so forth.
Okay.
Wild game.
I guess I would probably then just try to get to some. Try to look for some kind of place where I can have potentially a bit elevated position, like in a tree maybe, but still like stay fairly hidden and have a decent watch of the whole village.
Yeah.
If like someone enters the village, I might notice it, even though it's probably gonna be dark. But
yeah. You do not have infravision.
No, obviously not.
Yeah. So you're climbing up a tree and you're seeing what you can figure out. You know.
Yeah. Basically, I try to stay as close to any potential targets as possible, while still like staying in a as hidden place as I can, and then try to stay up late and keep watch.
Yeah. Roll me a con check. See how it goes with this.
Am I rolling? What am I rolling? It's a D20?
Yeah, it's a D20, and then you need to roll your con or lower.
Yeah. 13, right? Yeah,
That's a
13.
fail, right?
Yeah, my con is 11.
Great. So you're definitely struggling to stay up late, so we're not going to go too late tonight. You're going to sleep up here in the tree, and we're not going to go super late. Maybe you stay up to midnight, you know? That's fine, but past that, you start struggling tonight. It's been a long day. You walked so much. You walked all over the place, and then
that's fair enough.
Yeah. So give me a perception check then. Same way, just roll D20 and get your perception lower. That is a critical failure. That is the worst possible.
Fucking nat 20.
Yeah.
Nat bat 20. I don't know.
A shit 20.
Chat 20.
Yeah. So that is the worst possible roll. So it's not going that great. You sit there. It's dark. I think what's happened is that you looked at lanterns too much before earlier in the day. You looked at torches. You looked at people's fires, and your dark side is just not adjusting properly in time. So, like, you know that thing when you look at a campfire, you're not supposed to do that when you're keeping guard, right? And I think something like that happened.
I think as I'm like, if I'm like really about to fall asleep, I'm feeling I would probably try to get down from the tree and like actually like probably stay hidden as best as I can, but like actually like maybe take out the bedroll and actually sleep on the ground, because otherwise I might fall out of the tree.
Excellent. Well done. We go to morning. Let's go for... You wake up in the morning, and you wake up because there's a lot of bustle and talk around town. People are running around, people sound anxious. You hear the voice of Jonas, the sheriff, who has also apparently shown up in this town, early in the morning, speaking with a clearly hungover voice, like, "Oh, I don't even know, man, what's this?" And what you can clearly start to pick up is that there has been a murder tonight.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. Someone is dead.
All right. Well, I mean,
that's an escalation if nothing else.
Yeah. I mean, I would obviously, after hearing the commotion, I would pack up my things and go check it out, and that's when I learn about the murder, probably. Yeah. So, like, who is it?
The person who is dead is... it is a woman in her late 30s called Wilhelmia.
Wilhelmia.
I had written down a different name, and then I realized I should be rolling my NPCs to not have only men in my world, and so I got a woman, and I quickly adjusted Wilhelm to Wilhelmia. That's how that name came to be.
Fantastic.
Yes. Wilhelmia the Hunter has been killed tonight. And as you go there, it is obvious that she has been shot by a bow in her throat, in her sleep, by someone just quietly standing over her bed. That is what it obviously looks like to everyone involved. Because she is still in her bed, and there is an arrow lodged in her throat.
It's an arrow, right? It's not a bolt. So it's from a bow.
Yes, it's from a bow. Yeah. It looks like most likely a short bow, from what the indoor shooting and the smallness of the arrow.
Did she live alone, or?
Yes, Wilhelmia was a hunter who lived alone and hunted alone.
Okay. And this arrow, what does it look like? Like, is it the type of arrow that's like standard in this village, or is it like, does it have any distinguishing features?
It looks homemade. Like someone with a rudimentary Fletcher proficiency put it together themselves. It's a stone arrow.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, okay, where does she live? Like, where in the village?
She lives here in this village with all the hunters, here in Mudstop. She lives a little more isolated than the others, a little bit like 100 meters away from the nearest neighbor, whereas the other ones are maybe like 30 or 40 from each other around here. And we call this a village, but this is really just a collection of maybe like 25 hunters who realize it's easier to live close to each other during winter, you know?
Okay. So is it like right next to the forest, I guess? Or
yeah, she's pretty much right next to the forest.
Yeah, okay.
Most of them are.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave the interrogations to the sheriff.
Yeah, he is currently asking things like, who hated her? Like, is there anyone who like who had a reason? Did she steal anyone's stuff? Like, what's going on? He's asking those kind of questions.
I'm gonna let him do his job.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look around, just like, I guess similar. Like, the most obvious thing is, are there any tracks leading to and from her house to any suspicious location, or just into the forest? And in that case, like, what kind of tracks are they?
Let us once again open up our tracking modifiers. It was such a helpful little thing.
Yeah.
So this is very close in time. It's less than 12 hours ago, so we don't need to take away anything from that. We have muddy ground, so we have +4. Yeah, with a -2, so 7 or lower.
Okay.
Because the base is still -6, which is always going to be a little bit of a weight on your shoulder.
Yeah. 7 or lower.
Yeah.
Done.
You're gonna roll this with a -2. That is a success.
What's a 5?
Let's go! We pass a check today. The first successful roll.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, you look around, and you can see the telltale signs of someone trying to sneak. It is... The tracks are definitely like someone hunched down. There's every now and then there's knee marks of someone just crawling closer and closer to this place. There's some mud on the bed, right on each side of the body. So you can see that someone clearly stood above the body, 1 foot on each side, and just point blank at night. While Wilhelmia was sleeping. And then this mud is scratched a little bit on her shirt, and then it, goes out again, out directly into the woods. They are dainty feet, potentially a smallish woman.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna like, I guess I'll like quickly notify the sheriff that I've found some kind of a trail, and I'm gonna go follow it.
Yep, sounds great, man. You go hunt for ghosts in the woods. I'll talk to her neighbors who probably killed her.
Like, I was like, man, no need for the passive aggressiveness, okay? I'm just trying to follow a trail here. Potential trail.
Sounds great, sounds great. Now, if you would please talk with slightly lower voice, that'd be great for me.
Like, I just like, not even say anything, just like wave and leave.
I love Jonas. Jonas is such a bro.
So yeah, I'm gonna follow the trail.
Yep.
As I said.
You start following this trail. Now let's read our tracking rules to see how much you can get away with here. Once the tracker fails, a trained character can also attempt to identify the type of creature being followed and the approximate number by rolling the proficiency check. Yeah, you're pretty certain that it's a human and that is one of them. That much you can figure out from this.
Yeah.
Or human-sized character. I guess you can't really
Yeah,
tell if it's a human, an elf, or a half-elf. That's
Yep.
impossible.
I mean, one thing like these tracks, like, what kind of like footprint are they leaving? Is it? I assume it's like it's a shoe print. It's not barefoot, right?
It's like a soft shoe. Like someone is mostly just wrapping their feet in leather.
Okay.
Once a trail is found, additional proficiency checks are rolled in the following situation. The chance to track decreases, like a change in terrain. A secondary track crosses the first, or the party resumes tracking after a halt to rest, to eat, or so forth. Once it fails, another check can be rolled after spending at least 1 hour searching the area for new signs. If that check has failed, no further attempts can be made. Okay, now I don't think that the terrain changes too much heading into the forest, but that is definitely where things get a little bit tougher, right? So you start heading into the forest, and it's easy to track the trails to the forest, but then it gets a little bit more difficult. Now you pass by a margin of 2, so I think you're doing pretty well, and you're getting pretty far.
Is my survival forestness gonna come into play here, or is this pure tracking?
Let's see what those rules say. Let's find that same page again I was just on. Survival forest. That's mostly for surviving, though. It's mostly for finding food and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I'm not
that
sure
will
if
come
it
into
does.
play if you end up staying out here in the woods and you need to survive. You can find water, you can find some mushrooms and berries to eat without needing to head back to town. That's mostly what that's about. You can stay out here.
Yeah.
That seems to be what those rules say. However, after following the trail for a little bit,
Is it leading deeper and deeper into the forest, or is it like along the forest
this is leading
edge?
deeper and deeper into elven woods.
Okay.
So question is how comfortable that is for you.
Not very. Not gonna lie, but this is like, I think this is like too good of an opportunity to pass up. So I'm gonna steel my nerves and keep going.
You steal your nerves. Let me just scroll up a thing here that I need.
I'm gonna have. By the way, I'm having my. I've at this point I've pulled out my bow and have an arrow nooked. Like
you have a
in
nooked
case
arrow.
of.
Excellent.
Yeah. Ready in case of something.
Yeah.
Because it could also be just like, if I find the person, then I probably wanna aim at them and like have like.
You want to cover them.
Yeah, or also just like arrest them essentially,
Yeah.
or depending on who it is, but
For sure.
potentially be able to threaten them so they can get arrested.
Go down from this, down from this. I'm looking for a specific thing I book right now. There we go. Doopa 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 doo, doopa doopa. Out of... We are going to need to roll a surprise check here, because we don't... This is how we do encounters in 2nd edition.
Am I getting surprised?
Potentially, or maybe you're surprising someone. So the way we do this is that I roll a 1d10 to determine if my characters are surprised, and you roll a 1d10 to determine if you are surprised. You are surprised if you roll a 1, 2, or a 3. And then there's different rules for if we're both surprised, or if neither is surprised, or if only one of us is surprised, right? So,
does this not have anything to do with perception?
No, it does not have anything to do with perception. Perception is used for more active checks, but encounters we don't use perception for in 2nd edition, because we have the surprise roll. In fact, normally, as you know, perception is not a by-the-book normal part of 2nd edition.
Yeah.
And perception is not here to replace our encounter mechanics. Perception is here to simplify other things.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, so I roll 1, 2, 3. I get surprised. Otherwise, no.
Yes. Let me just see if there's any modifiers that are a part here. Oh yeah, that's actually in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Different book. I think I have that noted out even. Yes, surprise modifiers are right there. Okay. So I'm going to be rolling... You have a -1 to the roll for this. And then you are suspicious, so you have a +2. Yeah, so you have a total of a +1, which is good for you.
Okay. So it's only 1 or 2 that I get surprised on.
Yes, only a 1 or 2. And then I will
Okay.
roll for the other party.
I roll now?
Yeah, the other party has neutral modifiers.
Yeah. 7, so I'm not surprised.
You are not surprised.
Or 8 total, I guess, with the +1.
They roll a 4. Okay, on a 4, let's actually check so that you don't have anything reason to give them a negative modifier here. Let's see here. Are you silenced or invisible? No. Are you camouflaged? No. They are not fleeing. They're not in poor light. Are you in poor light? No, they're not surprised.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's roll a reaction check. What is the roll here? Is it 2d10? I think this is 2d10.
Tell me.
Yeah, 2d10. Okay, let's roll 2d10. And on that result, they are... Would you describe yourself, if you were to encounter someone you didn't immediately think like that's obviously the person I'm looking for, would you currently describe yourself as friendly, indifferent, threatening, or hostile?
I mean, if I've encountered someone right now in this location in the Elven Woods, I would probably immediately raise my bow against them.
Okay, so you're threatening for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily like attack on sight, but I would like.
Yeah, that's the definition of threatening.
Yeah, obviously.
Cool. Great. Now, I need to figure out a way to send you an image without fucking with Discord, because that will mess up the recording. Because Discord is currently being captured, right? Can I just send this image in chat here? No. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Can you post the image in the map space?
I can, yeah. I can make a scene with the image. Although no,
Yeah.
I need to save it and stuff. I think I will just mess with Discord real quick. It will be real quick.
I'm thinking because like, don't you want the image to be recorded too?
I don't need to. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
They will be able to look it up in the books, should they want to. You will encounter someone who looks like this.
Oh, that looks like a dryad of some sort.
You walk around in the woods, and suddenly some of the bushes are moving at maybe a 40 feet distance from you. You raise your bow, as you said, and you're instantly looking at it, and the creature looks back at you and wrinkles her brow. What are you doing here? She says.
So is this person, is this like an elven looking person, or is it like more Fey like in terms of vibe?
somewhere in between the two.
Yeah, because as I said, like this, obviously this image has some elven-ness to it, but it also looks like it could be a dryad or something. Depends on what the art direction of 2E is. Yeah.
I think both of those are fantastic guesses, and I don't think William has much more of an idea than you have.
Yeah, no, probably not. Yeah, as she says that, I guess my response will just be like, would be, who and what are you?
I am the forest. I take care of it. She is approaching you as she says this. Arms just moving out from her body. Like this.
I'm backing off and like saying like, stay back.
Why so afraid? Do you have reason to fear me? Do you have reason to have angered me?
I have no reason such. I just don't know who you are, and I'm currently trailing a murderer.
A murderer? What have they harmed?
Well, another human? I assume that's none of your concern?
Do you know who they are?
The murderer or the person or the murdered?
The murderer. The one you seek.
I don't. I'm simply following a track right now.
Well, if you lower your guard, so shall I. Is that a deal? And we can speak without having to threaten one another.
I'll lower the point of the arrow. I'm not gonna point an arrow at her anymore, but I'm gonna like. I won't like. I'll lower this, but I'm gonna keep it out because I don't know what you're capable of. As far as I know, you could be carrying some kind of magic with you.
She flicks around a little bit, like sort of like one would flick with a butterfly knife, and she goes, "This is what I wield. It is a natural weapon, but it is what I have. Now I am in tune with the forest, absolutely, but you have no need to fear me."
What even is she holding?
She's holding like it could, for all you care, it looks like a sharpened leaf on a twig.
Okay.
Maybe a sort of natural dagger of sorts.
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay. After just looking at her weapon thingy for a bit, I'm gonna say. So, are you an elf?
No, I am not an elf. Though I am their friend.
So, what do you want?
Oh, I want for the forest to be happy. I want for the world to be calm. I wish for the creations of the gods to be flourishing.
Right. Well, as I said, I'm currently trying to find a murderer whose trail I was following. So, do you mind if I keep doing that?
I do not. Unless you harm my friends.
Well, unless you're friends with the murderer, I don't think I will. I don't have any plans.
It's a squirrel. I do not think it is a friend of mine in close range.
It's very much not a squirrel.
Well then. I see no reason why we should be hostile. Perhaps I could assist you. If you assist me.
What do you want assistance with in that case?
Well, I have a lot of flowers I'm sorting. It takes a long time. Perhaps you could help me.
I mean, maybe after I found the murderer, but right now I might be in a bit of a time-sensitive situation. You know, the
You
murderer might be
humans.
getting further and further away.
Yes, I'd heard that about humans, and always such a rush. Well, I wish you good luck. I sense that murderers are probably a bad thing to have around. If they killed their own, perhaps they would harm the forest.
Yeah, that's probably not beyond such a person.
Well, if you
So,
need speak with me, simply whisper my name to a tree. And I will be there, or at least I will hear you.
and that name would be?
Oh, my name? My name is Dre.
Dre. I'm gonna write that down.
D-R-A-E.
Yeah.
If I could be in your interest, then at least I love to listen.
Wait, okay, yeah. Just have to write that down. Maybe some other time. But okay, I'm gonna keep going now.
Yes.
So you keep taking care of the forest, and I'll not do anything bad to it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have her roll an intelligence check real quick. Let's see, her intelligence would be around there. She passes. As you're walking away, she goes, "Oh, one thing. If you're hunting a
Yes?
murderer, maybe it's the same who murdered Helmut."
Who is Helmut?
A moose.
Maybe. I don't know. I have never met Helmut.
He was a great moose. Twice the size of a regular one. A king of the woods. He was slain recently by someone with a weapon of your people. One of those enormous bows that shoot by themselves.
Do you mean a crossbow?
Right, that's what you call them.
Right. Well, I'll investigate that while I'm at it if I find the murderer.
Thank
But
you.
I can't guarantee anything because I don't think any of my fellow humans know much about the moose in terms of who they are as people.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. Good luck to you too. And then I scurry away.
Yeah.
Keep glancing over my shoulder to make sure she's not unleashing the roots of the trees against me or something behind my back.
Yeah.
And when I'm without when I'm beyond the earshot, I don't say anything, but I kind of shudder and I think to myself damn, that was uncomfortable. Because again, she felt she was that was talking to an elf, but even weirder because she looked like an elf, but she was even more what the fuck.
Yeah, for sure. She was pretty what the fuck.
Yeah.
Well then. Your hunt continues. However, walking through the forest, eventually you reach the end point of your tracks. And around this end point, you find what clearly was at some point a campsite for someone. There are the remains of a little personal fire here. You find like a tattered up casing for some form of hilt for a sword that is clearly no longer in use and no longer functional. It seems to be for a machete.
Well, in that case, it seems like a prime suspect for all of the other happenstance, too.
Yeah, so what kind of things are you looking for here?
I mean, in general, probably... I mean, my best bet is just to try to find other tracks to see where she could have gone. Like, actually, this campsite.
Yeah.
Was it like? I assume there's some kind of fireplace.
Yeah.
Right?
There was the remains of a personal fire.
Yeah. Is it like? Was it in use like tonight, or like?
It looks like it. It looks like it was burning, maybe not overnight, but last evening, probably. Like a while ago. But the coals are not hot at all, but you can tell that like they haven't really sunken in with other stuff over them either.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I guess the first thing I do is just like try to make sure I'm not being ambushed. Right now.
Yeah.
And after that, try to find, continuation to the trail or some other trail from this place.
Yeah, give me
obviously, if I...
You start snooping around this place, looking at all things really carefully, looking for continuations to tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's begin with a perception check.
Okay. This site that I'm using right now for the whatever perception. Okay, so I roll d20, and what's the fail? It's below.
Don't go above your score.
Yeah, right. Obviously.
As per usual with your stat checks, you just low.
I'm stupid. I rolled exactly my score, 11.
That is the critical success. That is the equivalent of a nat 20.
Poggers.
So the quality of the roll basically goes like from your score down to 1.
Yeah. I remember you.
But then it reverses on the other side. So then it goes to 12, and then the worst is 20. So it's like they go away from each other in different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you critically success. And this is not your tracking check. This is a perception check for like what else do you discover about this campsite, because you're digging around here, right? And you're looking around.
Yeah.
And you find 2 things of interest. One of them is that you find a snare trap that you manage to not step in. That you can see is set up, and it is set up in a way that it would be unlikely to catch any animals. This was probably here to catch someone just like you.
And is it that same type of snare traps that are used in the villages?
No, it is... Again, it looks improvised of sort. It is not like a default product. This is someone's own put together with their proficiency kind of deal. And another thing you notice is that the snare trap, if it would trigger, would probably pull you up and swing you towards a tree where a very pointy branch is sticking out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother dismantling it. I'm just gonna make sure
not to step
in it.
Yeah. The other thing you find here is a scroll of papyrus.
A what? A scroll of papyrus?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Like a rolled up bit of papyrus.
Oh, papyrus, as in the paper.
As in shitty paper. Bad paper that people actually have, because paper's expensive.
Yeah, I was thinking like about a fruit.
No.
I was like,
a rolled up bit of papyrus.
Yeah, I know.
And what you find here is, luckily there's no writing, because you can't read for shit.
Yeah, no, I can't
Your
read.
dad could read. He probably tried to teach you to read, but you're too dumb, man. You have 8 intelligence. It didn't work.
Yeah, I just wasn't interested.
Yeah, not interested. But
10 points.
that's why your dad still does the paperwork, even though you're slowly taking over the position.
Yeah.
But luckily, there's no writing on this thing. Instead, there are a bunch of coal drawings that someone seemingly has scribbled together with the coal from the campfire and just drawn here. And it seems to be something akin to this. Let's just make sure that this is caught on the part that is shown to everyone as I draw this. I'm gonna draw it on the water north of Biam. You got something like...
North of Biam.
Yeah, Biam is right to the east of Ryad.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna draw it on the ocean here.
Yeah.
Something like this. The black is very fitting here. Something like this is drawn.
Okay. That it could either be a tree or like a river. I would assume a tree, especially based on like the root shape, and then those would be 2 people? Question mark. Although, is that like an imp or something?
It's something like that.
Yeah, like
Something with horns and tiny.
yeah. Yeah, it's pretty sus. I'm gonna roll it up and put it in my backpack.
Yep. You can write weird
as-
scroll or something.
Yeah, suspicious papyrus scroll.
Mm-hmm. Great. That done. Let's roll another tracking check, which is going to be wisdom -2, so 7 or lower. Yeah.
12.
Unfortunately, here the trail runs cold of where to run.
Yeah. I at that point I remember the mention of both short person and on fire, and if this is some kind of, if this is meant to be depicting some kind of demon, like I would assume, like demons associate or devils, I guess, association with fire is enough of common knowledge for me to make that kind of.
Sure, that is like a common fantasy, but they're also associated with ice as much and water, and they're really associated with all the 4 elements in a lot of ways.
Okay, devils?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both in my world, devils and demons are one kind of creature. It's just demons. I don't really do the whole 9 house devils thing. So
yeah, sure.
And they come in all kinds of elemental shapes.
Okay, religion in this region.
Yeah.
Because what is there any? Does
like
religion? Yeah. Is there not like a main religion or anything?
So there are, you've been introduced by my pantheon before.
Yeah.
And
yeah, true.
Within that pantheon, you have all kinds of things. The lord of this place is definitely devoted to Bylad, the god of the aspect of law. As many lords are, because they kind of rely on that stuff.
Yeah.
Your father is potentially more associated, none of you are clerics or anything, but like a little bit of a home appreciation for probably something like Ganaria, the aspect of land, might be appropriate here. It's basically like the aspect of all the biomes and the balance between the biomes.
Actually, in terms of this, before I give up and like try to head back or anything, can I look? I would like to like look around on the trees around it, because this like, if this could be potentially represent like depicting some kind of rift in a tree. So is there any tree nearby that has like some kind of odd damage on it or patterns on it?
The tree that is real close here has a bunch of machete marks on it, but nothing quite like the drawing.
Okay. So
But it definitely looks like someone was like practice swinging here.
You say the tree, but like we're in a forest.
Like,
what do you mean by the tree?
If you have a camp and you have a little bit of campfire, you might have like a main tree that is rested up against, where you might put your head while you're sleeping by the campfire, right?
Yeah,
that
I guess.
Tree.
I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess if the trail really is completely cold, then after doing as much investigation as I can, I would probably start heading back.
Okay.
But I think after this, I would probably start heading back towards Ryad. I would probably just like mention briefly to the sheriff that I found a campsite, but the trail ran cold of that.
He seems to be more appreciative now, as his trails also run cold. He cannot find anyone with a specific grudge against Wilhelmia.
I also mentioned that I found evidence that this person that did that had the campsite has a similar type of weapon that had been used in the damage in the vandalism. So it's very likely that we're dealing with the same person.
He nods and he seems to note that down.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna share the demon suspicion with him. I'll leave it at that, because if we're truly dealing with beyond our plane forces, then it's probably best to report this to the Lord first, before spreading potentially dangerous rumors around.
Right. That seems like a great idea.
So I will
start heading back.
Yeah.
Towards town, towards Ryad. As we moved beyond the need for the thing I was looking up. Rip. Just DM things. And I think...
I'm curious.
Yeah, I was working on something, and then the conversation moved past it. I was like, okay, at this point, whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. So, as we get back to Ryad, I think that is where we're going to cut our first session.
Yeah.
And we're going to end it there. But before that, let's make a little bit of a check-in with William. You have been sent out on what seemed to be a routine case that has just kept up going more and more and more and more. The same thing keeps happening, and like at this point, if the sheriff can't solve it, we gotta bring in our own people, and that's why you were called in here. And as this thing got more and more, it's gotten more complex, and you've met like a weird woman in the forest who's some kind of fey-like creature. This is definitely the most strange mission you've had so far in your career. And how are you feeling about that?
I mean, right now I'm mostly just unsettled partially by the encounter with this maybe fey creature that was just weird in general, but also just the suspicion that we're dealing with demonic forces. Because again, it would match up. It would line up with the sightings, as we mentioned. A little bugger and a person that's on fire, kind of. That sounds very not of the mortal plane.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of feeling like, I guess like it's kind of overwhelming. It's kind of like this is starting to go beyond me.
And how do you react to this kind of overwhelming? Are you the type to hyperventilate, sit in a corner, and be stressed about it, or is this like, yes, this is my shot, or are you somewhere in between?
It's right now. It's kind of just like focus on one thing at a time, make the report. We'll go from there.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's kind of that kind of thing.
Do you think you're up to it? Do you think that you can manage it and get whoever who committed this murder and committing this vandalism, or do you need help?
It's starting to feel like, again, this might be beyond my capabilities, but I guess like it all depends, right? If maybe I can still solve it, but I'll probably need to ask some. I probably need help, at least regarding these demon suspicions.
Yeah.
From someone who's more knowledgeable about those things.
Yeah. Maybe next session we talk to a cleric.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Seems great. Make a note of that in your character sheet. Like next session talk to cleric or something, or in your player notes if you have any.
Yeah.
And let's do some experience. This is the most fun part of second edition. That you get experience every session. You don't have to wait for the magic you level upwards. You slowly get there bit by bit. Experience chapter.
Yeah. All right.
So, have you looked up how much experience you need for level 2?
No.
Look that
I
up.
have no idea.
Or maybe I looked that up.
Where do I look that up?
It's in the player's handbook on like the fighter introduction at the very beginning of the book.
Okay.
There's like an XP table.
Yeah.
So whenever you level up, you should look for what number you need for your next level after that, pretty much. Okay, it seems like the experience is all in the DMG, so let's go DMG style on this. I thought so, at least. Oh yeah, chapter 8, experience 66. Page 66. So let us begin with
Alright, warrior experience, okay. Fighter. Okay, so 2,000 is for level 2.
Yes. So first of all, for class experience, you get 10 XP per hit die of creature defeated. So you haven't defeated any creatures, but you did overcome an encounter, right? That could definitely have gone worse with some good roleplay, and that is worth experience. So for the encounter with the creepy lady in the woods, please take home 100 XP.
Okay.
For both the roleplay of that and the potential avoiding of combat.
Yeah. If she actually was a dryad, I feel like dryads are usually like a bit higher level than level 1. So I feel like that could have gone badly.
Player roleplays his character well. I think you did that, so take home another 200 XP. You had some really good roleplay. You got into character real good. Player encourages other players in the party to participate. Now,
I mean, I participated. I think I encouraged myself to participate.
Player has a clever idea. Did we have any particularly clever ideas today that wasn't just a good roll?
I don't think any like particular. I feel like I did a pretty solid job with like the investigation as a whole, but I don't think I had any like eureka moments.
Not yet. Let's leave that one for later. And then for quest XP, you have learned about the lady. Potentially, you've definitely gained a lot of information. Take home a solid 250 extra for quest XP today.
All right.
Great. I think that's all the XP I have for you.
Yeah, because that would be 550 in total.
Yeah, I think that's solid for.
So I'm about a quarter of the way to level 2.
This is one of the other things about second edition is that when you play solo, you level much faster because you do things alone, which is worth more. Otherwise, all of these numbers would be divided by an amount of party members.
Oh.
So you are supposed to be leveling faster playing solo. The smaller the party, the quicker you level.
That's interesting.
It's cool, I think. However, if you were to recruit NPCs, followers, they will start splitting XP with you, and you will be gaining XP slower if you have followers and stuff. That's worth remembering whenever you go and pick up. I think that, hey, the solution to my problem is to have a giant band of people following me. Well, then you don't get much XP from it. And maybe that's fine, because you're just looking to solve the problem, but, you know, you're also a D&D player, and XP feels good.
Yeah.
Great. Well done. Thank you for today's session. And that was the first bit of Irondice mode with our first character, William.
Yeah,
Yay!
thank you for the very spontaneous but well done DMing.
Thank you. I'm happy you enjoyed it. As you can see, the light in my apartment is running out. So.
Oh yeah, I see that. Why is that? What happened?
Well, because the light is out there, so the daylight is slowly disappearing, and I haven't turned a lamp on. That's mainly what's happening here.
Okay.
Well done. Thank you for the session, and we will end it there. Everyone who may or may not be watching, see you guys next time.
Laters.